Cancer. It's a fight no parent ever expects for their child. But one Mid-Michigan boy has battled through it all, and he's only 7. In the first of a special 3-part series, I'll introduce you to the Fochman family and their inspirational and courageous son, Luke.
Good, and great.
That's how little Luke Fochman from Okemos feels these days. He'll first tell you it's because he bested his younger brother Connor in a Star Wars Lego challenge. But then, like his favorite Jedi character, he reveals he was up against a far more dangerous and deadly opponent, cancer.
I would have to go through a lot of processes. Hook an IV up to my tubies. And whenever I wanted to go, someone had to pull my IV with me.
At age 3, Luke was diagnosed with a form of childhood cancer called rhabdo. It attacks the connective muscle tissue of the body and requires intense treatment.
1 in 5 children diagnosed don't survive. We were able to explain things in a way that he could understand them at 3 and said, you know, this is what we need to do. This is where we need to go.
Luke and his family's journey started at Mott's Children's Hospital in Ann Arbor, where he underwent daily treatments, oftentimes not getting to go home.
They scan your body to see if the cancer's going away, if it's shrinking.
And it was scary to look at the number of different types of chemotherapy you would have and how long it was. 54 weeks will never leave my mind. When they first told us that it was going to be more than a year's worth of treatment. As an adult, it would have been terrifying. And knowing that this was going to happen to my 3-year-old son was it was devastating.
Just the absolute terror that you feel, especially as a mom. You know, I'm supposed to protect him. I'm supposed to keep him safe. And I'm supposed to know everything that's going on with him, and to be thrown into the world of childhood cancer so quickly and so violently, it was really jarring.
But nothing seemed to jar Luke. Even when his dad joked, they both looked like jar heads after the chemo.
Really funny and cool.
That's because Luke had a cool friend with him all through the ups and downs of hospital time, and then later recovery time at home.
Mike, he just comforted me when Mom wasn't there. He's like my second parent.
And for Luke, he, his furry friend, and the whole Fochman family are all now making the most of their second chance.
We had no choice but to go into fighting mode.
And right now, if we took an MRI, what would it show?
No cancer.
You have a survivor in your family, that life has moved on and life is different, but we are all here together.
Together and ready to keep up the fight, even if it means a Star Wars Lego rematch for this young Jedi with the perfect name for the role.
That's a whole nother story.
A story not too long ago, and certainly not in a galaxy far, far away. In fact, Luke's story continues next Tuesday with a look into his special role with the St. Baldrick's Foundation. You don't want to miss it. A Star Wars fan, a national spokesperson, a cancer survivor. They all describe 7-year-old Luke Fochman of Okemos. And in part 2, or rather Episode 2 of my special series, Little St. Luke, I'll show you how this inspirational boy is speaking out on his fight with cancer and being heard all over the country.
If you don't remember these, I'll explain it.
At the front of his first grade class, little Luke Fochman talks firsthand on his fight with cancer.
Chemo, which is the medicine that helps fight off the cancer cell.
Luke courageously overcame a form of childhood cancer known as rhabdo after being diagnosed at age 3.
Going to the hospital every day. That did not feel good.
Spending much of his preschool years in treatment, he's now back to school, making the most of his new healthy lifestyle and new national title through the St. Baldrick's Foundation for Childhood Cancer Research.
He is one of 5 2013 ambassadors for the foundation to represent the thousands of children who are diagnosed every day and to represent survivors.
You know that you're like a friend or a cancer survivor like me.
Luke's role as a St. Baldrick's ambassador is to travel to classes statewide and nationwide, like this one at St. Thomas in East Lansing.
Play-Doh, that's my favorite thing in the hospital.
Once there, he connects with kids, parents, and educators, explaining life after cancer can and does happen, even for the youngest of diagnosed cases.
I asked them another question. Where was my cancer?
You don't get nervous at all?
Not really.
He talks so freely about it.
His teacher, Katie Schneider, says Luke's work has worked wonders in helping kids like him and their families understand what it means to live with cancer, the hardships, the healing, the heroics.
He enjoys sharing with others. It's not a thing he has reservations about. He puts it right out there.
You know, Luke's the same age as them and looks just like them. He's got really awkward missing front teeth, and his hair is all disheveled because he's a first grader and he's doing what every other first grader is supposed to be doing. But he has this other part of his life, and that's being a cancer survivor.
Little St. Luke now making a big difference, not only for St. Baldrick's, but for everyone around him.
Just helping other kids.
Thumbs up indeed. Welcome back. Very excited to have all of our viewers meet in person my good buddy Luke Fochman and Mom Monica. Thank you guys so much for waking up with us.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. Now, we've been doing a story together all month long, right?
Right.
We've been talking about how this little guy, 7 years old, what have you overcome?
A cancer survivor.
You are a cancer survivor, and you're looking mighty sharp too, buddy.
Thanks.
Mom, can you tell us a little bit about that form of cancer and the journey that it took?
Well, on December 12th, 2008, Luke was diagnosed with stage 4 embryonal rhabdomyosarcoma, which is cancer of connective soft muscle tissue. He was just 3 years old at diagnosis and endured about 70 weeks of treatment, which included all kinds of chemotherapy, 6 weeks of radiation, which required that
That's a
he
long
be
time.
fully sedated. Yes, an incredibly long time, especially for someone so young.
Sure. What do you remember about that, buddy?
I remember that I had to go to the hospital every day, and I didn't really like it because I just didn't want to do it.
Nobody likes going to the hospital, no way. But you met some wonderful people at Lamott's Children's Hospital, right?
Yep.
They even let you fool around with some Play-Doh, as we saw.
Yep.
Kind of helped him get his mind off of things.
Yes, we were so fortunate to have such quality care so close to us, and to have, you know, top-notch oncologists and nurses and child life specialists who helped our whole family endure the diagnosis and treatment.
And now that you've overcome it and you're back home, some people might have seen your room in our story, part 1. What are some of the things that you like, buddy?
Legos.
You like Legos. Now, we're going to see a clip here in a second because you showed them to me and your younger brother. What type of Legos?
Star Wars.
And why is that?
Because I really like Legos and I really like Star Wars.
And you've got a favorite Star Wars character, correct? Because you were telling me all about him. I forgot. You got to remind me.
Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
He thought it was Luke because my name is Luke.
That's what I thought. I thought it was Luke. But it was a great way to come back home and connect with your family, as we saw right there. How much does your family mean to you, buddy?
A lot.
A lot. What a great attitude he has.
He's awesome. He has an incredible spirit and kind of an old soul, just a quiet acceptance, but also just incredible perseverance too.
And a lot of those great qualities have helped you in the role you're currently serving in now. And coming up in about 30 minutes at 6:40, we're going to talk a little bit about the St. Baldrick's organization, because you are what?
A St. Baldrick's Advanced Ambassador.
An ambassador.
Yes.
Looking forward to it. Thanks so much for being here, buddy. Thank you, Mom.
Thank
And
you,
Thank
Evan.
you for tuning in. We'll see you back here at 6:40 to learn a little bit more about Little St. Luke and being a national spokesman for the St. Baldrick's Foundation. We'll be right back. You overcame what, buddy?
A cancer survivor.
You are a cancer survivor at 3 years old, and now at 7, you are healthy, you are active, and Mom, he's got a pretty special title, too.
Yes, he does. Luke is one of 2013 ambassadors for the St. Baldrick's Foundation. He is one of 5 kids chosen by the foundation to represent kids who are diagnosed with cancer. Luke certainly represents survivors. And his role as an ambassador is to talk about his journey and to help raise money and awareness for the foundation.
What do you like the most about doing that, buddy?
Helping other kids.
Helping other kids. And what did you do with me just a few weeks ago? Weren't we? We were in a classroom setting. What were you talking about there?
Being a St. Baldrick's ambassador.
And you told the kids about a few things about your time in the hospital, and what else did you tell them?
I explained a few things about a cancer survivor and an ambassador.
And Mom, you've got some fun events coming up where Luke's going to get to do the same.
Yes, we have a couple events coming up. March is a huge month for the foundation. Lots of events all over mid-Michigan. We're going to events. There's just one actually at Reno's West in Lansing. A bunch of firefighters will be there. We're excited to represent the foundation there.
Recognize that man in the brochure. That's because it's you, right? Okay, good. Just wanted to make sure. So you've got the event with the firefighters.
Yep, and there's an event in Brighton that we're also going to, and one in April in Walled Lake.
Luke, when you were in that classroom and all those kids were smiling, how did that make you feel?
Really good, happy.
Yeah? And what was one of the reasons why?
Because they were learning more about a cancer survivor.
And that's exactly what the role of being a spokesperson is, because you want to say, hey, if I can overcome it, if I can beat it, you can too.
Exactly.
Well, we were so glad to meet you, buddy. Put it right there. Thank you very much. Doesn't he look like a news anchor?
Yes, very stylish.
We might have to
just
have
like you, Evan.
Oh, well, I've learned it from this guy. We're going to have you come back, how about, one of these days in the future. Tell us how you're doing and all the great events you've been a part of. Sound good?
Okay.
We got the thumbs up. Monica, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Best of luck.
Thank you so much for your time.
Oh, it was a real pleasure getting to share your story. A part of the TV6 family now, just like all of our wonderful viewers out there. And make sure you stay tuned because Jake's in next with more on that winter storm that's coming. Thanks for watching.